joined by President Biden upstate to tout chip making. Here now, Alison Esposito, New York Lieutenant Governor candidate, running alongside gubernatorial candidate Lee Zeldin. Alison, it's great to see you, and thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.
This is a very deep blue state, but this race is extremely tight right now. And I speak to so many people that I interact with on all levels who are lifelong Democrats and are saying, I'm voting for Lee Zeldin because my #1 concern right now is crime. Tell us how you and the Governor Governor Lee Zeldin running for governor would change things when it comes to crime in the state.
So absolutely. Crime and public safety are absolutely on the ballot. And this isn't a red wave. This is a common sense wave. This is Republicans, Democrats, and independents, people who have never voted before, are standing up and saying, enough. This is not the way we want our state to be. This is not the direction in which we want our state to head. And New Yorkers feel it. You saw it even in the debate the other night with Congressman Zeldin and Governor Hochul. Congressman Zeldin was standing on the priorities that mattered most to New Yorkers, and that's crime and public safety, the economy, and their children's education. Kathy Hochul didn't want to be bothered with any of it. In fact, at one point, she looked at Congressman Zeldin and said, I don't know why this means so much to you.
Yeah.
It means so much to us because it means so much to all New Yorkers. Crime and public safety is government's #1 job to provide for its people.
And the congressman had crime right outside of his doorstep as well. I mean, he understands this issue firsthand. And when it comes to Kathy Hochul, the current governor, it's almost like she's denied that we have a crime problem in the state, just until the last couple of weeks, saying, oh, we should put more cameras in the subways, and oh, we should try to get some more police officers down there to monitor things. To me, as somebody who has lived here and feels very threatened and scared to go into the subway, I think it's too little too late.
It's not only too little too late, it's really nothing. This is smoke and mirrors, what she's doing right now, and it's on the basis of a political campaign, not New Yorkers. She thinks New Yorkers are fools. She actually wants us not to believe our own eyes. We know what happens when we're traveling in the subways and to and from work and walking the streets of New York City or Rochester or Syracuse. People are afraid. She wants to say, she said it even at the debate the other night, it's a perception. It's not, I understand fear is real, but we have to concentrate that it's not all over the place and it's just the perception of fear. No, ma'am, it is not the perception of fear. We have violent repeat offenders that are being locked up by our wonderful and brave men and women in law enforcement, and they're taking loaded illegal firearms off their waistbands of gang members, sometimes 2, 3, and 4 times. And I saw my cops not even done processing the arrest, and the perpetrators were back in the precinct collecting their property to go home to reoffend. It's unacceptable.
You bring up a great point, and the New York Times had an article today, quote, running against Hochul, Lee Zeldin finds another target, Alvin Bragg. Well, Alvin Bragg is a big part of the problem here in New York City, and Lee Zeldin has said he will remove him. He will use the authority to remove him.
It is the governor's constitutional, it's not just a right, it's a constitutional obligation to remove a district attorney that is failing to uphold his oath of office and refusing to prosecute crime. This will send the beacon through any other district attorney in New York State that wants to decide what crimes they will or will not enforce. That is not their job. If they want to become defense attorneys or they want to be part of the legislative branch, we encourage them to do so. But your job as a district attorney is to enforce the laws and put criminals away, keeping good, hardworking, innocent New Yorkers safe.
Alison, final point on the economy. That's been a big issue here. Taxes as well. We saw during the pandemic record numbers of people leaving the city and also the state. I mean, the objective would be hopefully to try to stabilize things, get some of those people to come back. But even if it's hard to get them back, you don't want more people leaving in droves. What would you guys plan to do to help slow the pace of that?
So people are afraid not only of public safety, but they're afraid of if they can put food on their table or gas in their cars. And this is a real fear. Now, we have a problem in New York. There's an attack on energy. We should be bringing jobs back, industry back. We should be safely extracting our natural resources. We should be cutting taxes. We should be rolling back regulations on small businesses and businesses. We should be supporting our hardworking New Yorkers. New York leads the way, but it's in population loss. People are fleeing to freer, cheaper, and safer states. This is the greatest state in the greatest country in the history of the world. People should be banging down our doors to get in, and we need to make our New Yorkers more profitable, but more prosperous, and we need to bring back businesses and energy, and we need to be supporting our small businesses and making sure that they're prosperous as well.
Alison Esposito, we so appreciate your time today. We know that you and the congressman have very busy schedules, so we appreciate you coming on and talking about the messaging. I think it's going to resonate with a lot of voters who have said already that it has. So we're 12 days out. We'll see where we go from here.
I hope so. 12 days. Thank you so much. Have a great night.
Okay.